Welcome to the Monkees Pawdcast. Get it? Podcast. My name is Tekurah McCullough, and I am here with my guest co-host for the day,
Cheryl Jones.
Yay!
Yay! I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it so very much. You have no idea. So this is the Monkees Podcast. We're going to talk about Monkees episodes and gossip and be real goofy. That's my plan. I don't know, Cheryl, how you feel about that.
Yeah, I think that sounds capital.
Okay, great. So how did you, I just want to talk about how did we get into the Monkees? How did we become a fan? What is our Monkees history?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think for me it was just growing up. You know, the shows that came on before I was aware of them. I don't know when they started. What year did they start?
1966.
Okay, yeah. So they started 2 years before I was born. So I watched them, you know, when they were in repeats, but which they showed them a lot when I was a kid. And so I think just somewhere along the line, I don't know if I just ended up watching or somebody sat me down and said, here, these guys are fun. I don't remember that first moment, but I know it's because it's just been like as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
I've been aware of the Monkees. I've watched the show. I loved the music. You know, I've been to see them in concert and things. So
what year concert?
I went to the reunion concert. What was that?
86.
Okay, that sounds about right. Yeah, because I was still in high school. Is that right? Anyway, something like that. And and it was at the Greek Theater in LA. So that tour was Mickey, Peter, and Davy.
Right.
And then I was at the show at the Greek where Mike came out for the encore. And that was like the first time in 20 years or something that he played a concert with them. And everybody was like, you know, the whole crowd went nuts. It was fantastic. I was so excited to have been there at that show.
Oh, that's great.
But, and then I've, seen them a couple times since then. I think I went back like the following year or a couple of years later. They did another show there. I went back to that. Weird Al Yankovic opened, as I recall.
Oh, my goodness.
The first year it was Gary Puckett and the Union Gap.
Yes.
And there were like three. There's them and...
was there a Paul Revere?
I'm thinking so. And Herman's Hermits, I think, or Herman and the Hermits, however they say it now. And so that was fun. But then having Weird Al open, and that might have been the first time I ever saw Weird Al, and I've seen him a bunch of times since then.
What album what would he have been performing then?
I have no idea. Gosh, that was a long time ago. I have no memory.
Pre-bad? Pre-fat?
Yeah, it probably was. Wow. I don't know. But that was like, this guy's cool too. I mean, I always loved Al since the start, but to see him in concert, I was like, whoa, he does a really fun show.
That's a great bill.
So it was a great bill.
Yeah.
So and then I think I saw Mickey and Davy, at California Adventure, Disney California Adventure. Ooh. They did a show there one time for whatever summertime thing they were doing at the park. And,
I had no idea.
Yeah, that was fun. It was just a small little crowd for that. So,
I think I've seen clips from that online actually.
Yeah.
In YouTube. I'll go check that out.
Yeah.
Was that the one where Davey chased somebody who was leaving? No, that might have been a solo show. Yeah. There was a clip online of like Davey performing somewhere and somebody gets up to leave and he like chases them. Where are you going? God damn, Davey.
We missed him.
Missed that crazy.
He was everybody's first crush, wasn't he?
When I was like 5.
Yeah, right. I mean,
and then I grew out of that. I'm ripe old age of 12. And then I was like, see it, Davey. There's a Peter Tork in town.
See, I actually went to Mickey after that, I think. But nowadays it would be Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the older, wiser girl. Jesus.
That's right.
Mike.
You change it. It's the same with the Beatles. You do the same thing. It's,
you just kind of migrate through. Wow. Oh, there should be like a study. Like child development and crushes on boy bands, like which members you gravitate toward.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do a PhD on that.
Oh, okay. Do I get co-authorship on that?
Sure.
Awesome. Make the kids call me doctor.
That's right.
So, I vaguely remember watching the Monkees, like I said, like when I was 5 or something. Like I just remember it being on in the summers. Yeah. And I feel like I was just told that Davey was the cute one by the TV. And so I went, okay, Davey's the cute one.
Right.
And then came on MTV and like the 86 reunion thing. That's when I really got into it. And I was obsessed with Peter Tork. That was just my dream man. And I was obsessed with all the episodes. I hand wrote I wrote out one of the scripts.
Wow.
Convinced I was going to put on a play in middle school.
Oh, I would like to see that now.
I hand wrote out Fairy Tale,
Wow.
line by line, cast my friends, and then realized, oh, this is not going to work because that was the 60s and we already knew who those people were and these are just my dumb friends and nobody's going to care. So I threw that away. And then summer school, I wrote a book. With my friends, we wrote a little picture book.
Wow.
About a little cartoon, Jimbo the dog meets the monkeys.
Gosh, I like it.
Yeah, I was way in.
You were really
I was
way
all in.
I mean, like, I'm just over there watching the shows and listening to the music, and you're like creating stuff.
Yeah. Well,
I'm impressed.
I was at the right age for just like intense fandom. You know,
Yeah.
the magazines and my wall and all that stuff. And then, I went to see that 86 at Great America.
Ooh.
Santa Clara's Great America.
I like Great America. We used to go there on vacation.
Oh, that's where I saw the Monkees.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, they're old men.
Yeah, there is that moment. You have to go, oh, they grew up. Okay.
Well, I was a dumb 12-year-old. I didn't,
Yeah.
You're weird when you're 12. You have weird concepts of
Gosh,
aging.
Yeah.
So, but I did
so
buy
weird.
I did buy my Peter Tork shirt.
Awesome.
And fond memories. A lady turned around, and she probably was like in her 30s at that time, but me, old lady, turned around and said, "Oh, you're a Peter fan? I was a Peter fan too." And I was like, "Oh, yay!" It was like this cross-generational bonding moment.
Yeah.
That, I didn't know what else to say to the lady because
because she's
12.
what do you say to an old lady? 30.
But it was nice. I've never forgotten that little moment.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So, the music, of course, pulled me in completely.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I had to buy like all the vinyl, and not all the vinyl, but most of the vinyl. But
yeah, I still have my old albums from when I first got them. Yeah,
yeah. I think I kept some of mine too.
I don't have all of them, but I've got a handful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you go like album by album? Did you do like weird compilation things like I ended up doing?
I think I just got like whichever of their original albums interested me. I know I have that Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. Did I get that title right?
I think you did.
I'm amazed.
Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn. Yeah, that's right.
Yay, me.
Nice.
So I know I have that. And then I think I have like whatever it was. I think I have that. Was it Just Us? There's a more recent one.
That was like
not
90s.
Very good.
No.
Not very good. And then, I think I have like maybe a couple of like greatest hits kind of things.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'd have to go look through again and see exactly which ones I've got.
Yeah, I ended up with greatest hits, but I didn't know, at the time because I was just going down to the record store.
I think those are great to get because they give you all the best stuff. And then if you're like, oh, okay, I like these, but I want to see what else they did, like the deep cuts, then you go out and get the full albums. And
right, yeah.
I think that's true of any artist. I'm not against best ofs. I like them.
Yeah, I always felt guilty for doing best ofs, but you're right.
I was just listening to a best of Elton John on the way up here.
No shame.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No shame. No shame in best of.
All right. Hey, so this is your first episode. So what exactly are we doing?
Okay. So what we are doing, we are going to watch every single episode of The Monkees based on the DVD Blu-ray box set that I paid way too much money for because
it's cool.
I am insane.
Is that that's a lenticular photo on the front of the Monkees?
I'm glad you know what it's called, lenticular. Yes. I just call it the funny movie changey picture.
Moves. Yeah, changey thing.
Yeah, so it's got the changing picture of the Rainbow Room. Which song was that? Was that No Time?
Oh, gosh.
I think that was No Time.
That sounds good. Okay. I don't know. I've seen it. I don't know what song it was.
And then it's got a 45 in there.
Oh, fancy.
A Star Collector and going down. And then it's got every single episode plus the TV special. And I don't know what else is in there because I haven't gone down to the bottom of the stack of DVDs.
That'll be fun when you get later in the podcast and you get to see what's down there.
Yeah, there might be extras. I don't know. I'm sure people online are like, yeah, we know what's in there. We watched it. We
totally own it.
Not special. But
I want to own that. That's really cool.
I
think I need to find it on sale though, I'm sure, because that's a big old box. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to know.
I thought they were sold out, and so then I paid way too much money on eBay, and then they went back on sale.
That's not cool.
Gotcha. They got me.
Yeah, they did.
I could talk forever about my history of the fandom, but eventually...
I've got more, but we'll save it. I'll save it for
eventually
whatever comes up as we go.
Yes. As we go along.
Oh, see what you did there.
Yeah. All right. So we should probably get into watching our first episode.
So we're gonna watch and then come back and talk about
talk about what was saw,
what we liked, what we did.
Would you like a little
Oh, yeah.
A little summary. What do you call these things?
Yeah, because I don't know what the first episode was.
First episode 1, Royal Flush.
Good name.
Hold on, glasses.
Relatable.
Oh, no. Okay. 1966. Oh, this is September 12th. 1966. The Monkees foil a fiendish plot to kill Princess Bettina, the Duchess of Harmonica, Catherine Walsh. Production notes. Royal Flush was filmed in June 1966. Screen Gem's original synopsis for Royal Flush featured an alternate tag sequence. Oh, well, who cares? You know what? I'm not reading that. Maybe afterwards. But yeah, Royal Flush. That's what we're watching.
All right,
Royal
cool.
Flush. We're back. Oh,
Yay.
We're back from Monkey Land, the magical world where, you have every single prop at your disposal at any moment.
Anything you need,
Anything
snap,
you
there it
need.
is.
Safe, nothing.
Come in with a suitcase, and of course it's filled with scissors and measuring tapes, just like you need to create a throne.
And gold paint.
And gold paint, yes.
And then stethoscopes. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. All right, so... Oh, yeah, this is the Princess Bettina. I had a student named Bettina, and I always wanted to years ago, and I always think of her now when I say that. Because I'm like, oh, Princess Bettina. I should have teased her.
Should have been like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Princess Bettina is out in the ocean with a raft.
Yes, I remember those old school rafts, the old... it was yellow, like the one in Jaws. It made me think of that. It's that kind of raft.
I never took a raft in the ocean, though. Did you take a raft in the ocean? No, those
were actually, I don't know. I know I used them in pools.
Yeah, those are pool things.
I don't know whether I ever used one
in the ocean.
Yeah, not usually.
Bettina, what is she thinking? Anyway, and we start right off the bat, Davy shirtless. I love the way they're like, we know how we're going to get this show going. Gonna put that boy on the beach, no shirt, some little shorts. Bam. Girls everywhere. Puberty. Oh my God, what happened? So yeah. And then the screaming when her the sound effects when her raft.
Yeah, her raft like deflates, like explodes.
And then she's like, oh.
Like you do when you're in distress, of course. Oh, someone save me.
Oh, God. Just right off the bat. It's ridiculous, and I love it. And, and Otto, evil Uncle Otto.
Yes, and his bodyguard.
Sigmund yes. Watching with a golden, what are those things called? Telescope?
A telescope, like a giant. They just walk onto the beach fully nicely dressed, very regally, and a giant gold telescope on a tripod thing. Like, everybody, totally normal. No one will notice. Yeah.
And Davy dives in to save her and puts his jacket, important jacket.
That's right.
On her. And she has an insignia. Did you notice she has like a little royal insignia on her swimsuit? I never noticed that. The magic of Blu-ray. I saw like, oh my gosh, she's got a little royal insignia on her little bathing suit. And what happens after that? He saves her.
Yes, and of course you have Otto and Sigmund, and Otto is upset watching this proceed as Davy saves her. Because, then, of course, you discover that he is her uncle.
Yes, evil Uncle Otto.
Yes.
Which I believe became a shorthand for me and my sister. Like, whenever there's like a villain, I think we used to just call, evil Uncle Otto. Evil Uncle Otto, because it rolls off my tongue so easily. I'm like, I think we spent years saying that. And Sigmund angrily breaks that gold... I keep wanting to call it a telescope.
Yes.
The cardboard. I'm like, oh.
Which was clearly not pre-cut, pre-scored or anything. It was,
I was like, oh, that's cardboard.
Very genuine break on it.
And she is ushered away back to the car. And then we get some fake, what language are they? What is she? Is she from Harmonica?
Harmonica. They're speaking Harmonican, I guess.
They speak Harmonican, which, okay. Sounds kind of like Latin and... it's a combination of nonsense words.
Yes.
And Davy realizes, my jacket. And then we cut.
In my jacket.
My jacket. So sad. My jacket.
Davy's not a yeller,
No, he's not. But the real Davy, he'll headbutt you.
Okay.
So then we cut. Is that where we go to our theme?
Yes, that's where you cut to the opening credits.
The first season opening credits.
Yeah.
With the strongman, what is that? Strongman bell thing, and Davy going up the thing to hit the bell.
Yes.
And that's how you know, this is a first season episode, because it's not the Davy with the gun belt thing dropping.
Oh gosh, that's right.
That's the second season.
I do remember
Yes.
that. Wow. Okay.
So,
yeah.
that's how you know.
All right.
That's how obsessives know. And
now I know.
and I can't watch at home. I'm just fast forward through the opening because you've seen it.
Yeah, a million times. Yeah.
And
I mean, the first time you watch it, it's fun. It's
Yeah,
a
you're
big
like,
compilation
yay.
of things from the show, and just fun, weird things. But then, after
Right,
a while,
and
if
you're
you've
like,
watched these like 1,000 times, like anybody our age has, you're like, all right, just okay.
There's the electric scooter thing. All right.
Yes.
There's like well, no, I will relish the Peter Tork on the rope swing. I do enjoy that part every time. Thighs and Blu-ray. Thighs.
Gosh.
Sorry.
You are into Peter. I like it.
I saw it in Blu-ray. I was like, holy, okay. And then
I have a comment about Davey later when we get to it, so I'm just gonna
All right. So then we're back from that, and oh gosh, I cannot read my notes at all. So take it.
Well, we're but we totally missed the thing, didn't we? That there was a whole song break in that. Wasn't there in that opening sequence? We had a
No, I don't think
No?
so.
No, you're right.
yeah,
That
yeah.
wasn't it. Sorry, my notes. I'm trying to read my own notes. No,
Yeah,
so we
I
go
got
back
it.
to we're at the house.
Yeah, we're back to the pad.
How do these four what are they? 20 years old?
Yeah,
and they
they're
have like
20.
this. Isn't
Well,
it like beachside?
Yeah,
too?
there's like Malibu
Yeah.
beach. Yeah, it's beach property. But they always talk
A
about how it's
huge
falling
house.
apart whenever the
Yeah,
landlord
but-
comes. That's
yes,
how they
that's
rationalize
true,
it.
I guess.
Yeah, they're like, oh.
But even that, I mean, even a
It's huge.
dilapidated shack would be a couple million in Malibu these days. So,
It's ridiculous.
I mean, granted, it was the 60s, but
and how square the decorations are this first season.
yes.
Everything is so bland. And
Yes, the money is the root of all evil.
which always
stitchery
bothered
thing
me.
on the
Because my dad would always say, that's not the quote. The quote is love of money is the root of all evil.
Oh.
And so I always the pedantic in me is like,
But everybody says it this
Everybody says
way.
it-
Money is the root of all evil.
it's not. It's
Interesting.
the love of money.
That makes more sense.
Money itself isn't evil.
right?
Yeah.
That's an important clarification, I think.
Thanks, Dad. So yeah. Oh, and Mike is eating a sandwich. Later on, it's like, oh, they don't eat very often.
Yeah.
You never see them like really eating.
Right.
So Mike's like chowing down on a sandwich. Oh, and Dave. Oh wait, no. Peter is staring at a monkey.
Yeah, there's just this random stuffed monkey on
Yeah,
the table where he's.
He comes back.
Oh, okay.
That stuffed monkey will make a few appearances, but yeah. And Peter's just staring at it and like, is that wacky or is that just creepy?
It's a little of both, maybe. I don't. It's.
So
I don't know. Yeah, that's Peter. Is
considering
what that is.
considering what Peter's character is, that's disturbing.
That's it's kind of him all over.
Oh dear. And he's wearing his Taylor Swift shirt. I don't know if you've seen this online. There is a picture of Taylor Swift wearing practically the exact same striped shirt. Some designer
I
went
did
back.
notice the shirt. Like
That
it
striped.
kind of stood out. Yeah, it's like this kind of a tunic top, kind of. I don't know, like and it's just stripes.
Big stripes,
I
yeah.
thought it looks like a woman's shirt to me. I
Well,
mean, not that it really matters, but
So did somebody else.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, the Taylor Swift shirt. A recurring. Oh, this is hopefully a recurring bit. What horrible shirt is Peter Tork wearing this episode?
I like it.
And let's see.
So the way-
There's some good bits in that. Those are like actual funny. I think it's actually funny bits. The princess phone bit. I think that's kind of a cute little joke.
Yes.
You looking for a princess, not a princess phone. Davey, I think the best actor in this episode.
Yes, definitely. Well, he has the most to do,
But he
if nothing else.
He
but
has good reactions.
He does. Yeah.
He's always acting.
Yeah.
And the rest of them are just kind of standing
Well,
around.
and that comes because Davey was an actor
Right.
and did stage shows. I mean, he was the Artful
Artful
Dodger,
Dodger,
right?
right.
In Oliver, and was that on Broadway? I think.
yes, it was.
And so, I mean, he had actual acting chops before he
right.
got there, whereas the others were not so much.
Mickey was circus boy.
Oh,
Come on,
that's
circus
right.
boy, get
I
it together.
always forget that. Yes.
I think Mickey has good delivery, but he's not always. He doesn't always seem present in the scene. And
Yeah.
Davey is always. Oh God. Okay. Theater. Ugh, I sound like a dumb theater major.
That's
Be
okay.
present in the scene.
But it makes a difference when you're watching it.
When I'm watching it, I was like, look at Davey go reactions, and he gets mad at Mickey. Oh yeah, Mickey's bit with the Uncle Otto and da da da, and is this in the paper? Oh
Yeah.
wait, nope, that's the wrong guy.
Right.
That makes me laugh to this day.
It is.
And
funny.
Davey's big reaction is great. And then he explains that, she's got his jacket. And that makes all the difference to Mike. And
Right, because they have to go. Davy finds out that she's staying at the Ritz Swank Hotel.
Yes,
of course, the Ritz Swank.
When staying in Hollywood, guests of the Monkees stay at the Ritz Swank Hotel.
And the guy's like, we can't go in there and get her. We can't like break into a room there and get her. And then, come on, it's ridiculous. And then he says, well, she has my jacket. They're like, oh, she has your jacket.
Of course.
Okay, sure.
Jacket.
So let's go.
And they, the fantasy, is this the first little fantasy bit?
I believe so, yes.
First fantasy bit where they're soldiers or I don't.
Oh, yes. Yeah. They just break away to this sort of sketch style comedy bit kind of where they're like, okay, and they're making the plan to how they're going to get into the hotel and make this work. And it turns into this sort of British soldier briefing, kind of like a Monty Python idea where Graham Chapman would pop up as the British, like sergeant, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so it's a little hint of that idea. Although that would have been before Monty Python.
Yeah.
So I guess we know who influenced who.
Come on. Bow down, folks, to the Monkees.
Sort of I don't know what war that would be in, but
not to be.
I want to say Boer War. I don't know why. It's just what comes to mind.
That sounds good.
Let's go with that. It's fun.
I don't
even know what the Boer War is. I've just
We like the Monkees. We don't know history.
I actually have a master's in history.
Oh, I'm sorry. I like the Monkees.
It has nothing to do with land wars, however. So.
I don't know history. So, Peter has the gag with the words. What are they? Instead of a watch, when they're synchronizing watches.
Oh, yes, he has an hourglass on his wrist. Yes.
I love that. I love that one too, and that gets me every time. and Davy's reaction, he does a little double take. What?
And you can't go wrong with a good sight gag like that. Come on, who doesn't love a sight gag? It's good stuff.
I love it. And
the show's full of that.
Yes,
stuff. Yeah,
that's what it's for.
It is.
And then they go into the hotel room next door. W.H. Woolhat immediately.
I love that name, W.H. Woolhat. That just kills me every time. Like, it's so good. And then the maid, because Mickey's telling the maid about that, and it's like, that's W.H. Woolhat. You've heard of wool hats, haven't you? Well, that's him.
Yes, of course. The inventor of wool hats is named Wool. That follows. And they're immediately vandalizing this hotel room.
Yes, they're monogramming everything. And at one point you see in the background, like they've just stamped all over the wall.
And the curtain and the lamp. Oh, it's like, pardon me. I'm like, no, don't do that.
I mean, their method, I get it, but
but then it's all better at the end because then the lady comes back and she does the same thing. So
this is true.
Yeah, spoiler.
I was just gonna say.
Spoiling a show from the 60s. They get rid of the lady and then they listen in next door with the suitcase full of convenient listening devices. I guess.
Yes.
Mickey is supposed to be an inventor. Is that what we're kind of,
I certainly never thought that, but
I think that's what the through line is.
Okay.
I think that's part of his character is that Mickey has, because if you notice when, later on, Davy says Mickey and his devices. That's what he kind of mumbles.
Oh, I didn't even wow.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, they're setting up.
How many times have I watched this show and never realized that was a thing?
Yeah. They're setting up that Mickey always has like little devices. And so Mickey, I believe, is responsible for the suitcase full of stethoscopes.
All right.
And listening devices. And
so that conveniently all four of them can listen at the same time and
not
record what they're hearing.
Right.
Yes.
You can't just have one person.
That thing really works through the wall. I mean, that's impressive.
And as if on cue, Otto and Sigmund. So, how we're gonna kill the princesses?
Right.
Here we go.
Isn't it great in life how that's how it always goes? When you listen in and you're listening for the evil plan, and the evil people invariably talk about it right when you need them to.
They were waiting. Yes. They were waiting.
They're never like talking about, are you hungry? I don't know. Are you hungry? Like, you want to go get something? Yeah.
So where'd you get that raft? That raft sucked, man. Oh, man. So they hear the evil plan. And then Mickey's great idea to be throne merchants.
Yes.
Because that's a thing.
That's what an archduke would be looking for. He's going to get rid of this. Yeah. And so he's going to be king one day. So you want to, have a throne. So
they lure them over by promising thrones. And
which they conveniently, as they're on the phone, which one is it that's on the phone?
Mickey.
Mickey's
on the phone doing a wacky voice.
phone trying to get him to come over next door where they've conveniently set up a throne showroom for him.
Yes.
And meanwhile, they open up the suitcase.
We get it.
So they open the suitcase they brought, and that's when you find that they have just scissors and spray paint and measuring tape, and they instantly build a throne because, like you do.
And they had nice suits on, by the way.
They did have very nice suits on. They were lovely.
Where do these boys
get the suit? I guess maybe you might play a bar mitzvah or something. You gotta have a suit.
Right, you're right. Yeah, this is part of their uniform
as a band.
Yeah, so. I guess for very nice suits, conveniently.
Yeah.
So they lure Otto and Sigmund over, and Davy sneaks out.
Yes,
because nobody has peripheral vision.
Right. Sigmund hears the door close behind him and kind of goes, huh? And that's as far as that goes. Yeah, right. I'm sure it's fine.
I'm good.
Doors closed with no one around all the time.
Right, yeah. It's the wind. It was just the Ritz. The Ritz Swank is known for its drafty.
They are it's
hotel
like,
rooms.
the Ritz Swanky wind, yeah.
Swanky wind. Ew. Sounds terrible. So Davy sneaks next door with that tape deck, which, and I love how Princess Bettina is like, Davy, don't. This is ridiculous. Davy, please. She's so mature for 17.
She's very grown up. Well,
Davy.
she is a princess, so,
Davy, don't. I love Princess Bettina. And I noticed I love her little dress that she has on.
Yes, it was adorable.
But now in Blu-ray, I noticed that her ribbon does not match her dress.
Oh.
I thought they were the same shade of maroon.
Yeah.
No, her ribbon is just purple and her dress is maroon and cream.
You're in America visiting from harmonica. You can't pack everything, and then you come here. They don't have the same kind of colors that they do in harmonica. You got to make do. She's probably like really embarrassed, but doesn't want to bring it up in case. Hopefully, Davy won't notice.
Poor Princess Bettina. That's why she was already in a terrible mood because of her ribbon. She's like, Davy, please don't. And he plays it for her, and she's in. We're going back and forth between Davy convincing Bettina that she's in trouble,
right? Because he's trying to play the tape they recorded of what Otto said,
right? And it plays the Monkees theme.
It's not, and it's going forward fast and backward fast, and it's not. And she's like, "Oh, come on, you're just
Davy, don't." And then they go back. We go back to the throne merchant thing, and there's wackiness happening there.
They're desperately trying to keep
Otto
him there over there.
Peter is in the form of a servant, a servile flatterer or something.
Yes,
I can't remember what the phrasing is.
Yeah, it was good. Whatever.
So Otto puts his feet up on Peter, and then we're back and forth, back
and forth a bunch. But then
there's the usurper is the name of the throne that's in the.
Oh, that's right. They bring out a second throne covered in a sheet because of course they had time to build two and set it up like that.
But it's called the usurper, and isn't that what it's called?
Yes, the usurper.
That gets
marvelous.
Me. I love and Evil Uncle Otto doing some good acting there. Good facial
he's
expression.
A fine actor.
He's very much in the moment.
I don't know who he is offhand, but
I'm
he's
sure I have it somewhere. But
he's I'm sure he's done a lot of stuff. He's a real actor.
He's real. He's giving this some gravitas. And then they.
Well, Davy gets the tape to play,
right?
So Bettina hears it.
And Bettina is at the window in a good soap opera setup.
Yes.
She is staring out the window wistfully as she hears the plans for her death.
Yes.
She turns dramatically, and I don't remember what she says, but
then she basically explains. I don't remember exactly. But she explains that
they can't go to the cops because he has immunity.
Yes, diplomatic immunity.
Because you can just murder like crazy,
of course. But then you also discover that Otto, she can't do anything to Otto, but she'll be becoming queen on her birthday.
Oh, that's too bad. I wonder when her birthday is.
Would you believe? It's the next day.
What?
I know. Crazy, right?
Amazingly convenient. That's
crazy. What a coincidence.
And she's so sad. I can't do anything till tomorrow.
Right. Davy's like, well, awesome. Then all we have to do is keep you safe for 24 hours, or till midnight that night or whatever. Whenever it is. Who cares? So, so then he starts to run her out of the room. And then, of course, that's just when Otto and Sigmund come out. Oh, no. So they have to hide out. And
Mike has some business with a hat.
Yes, to distract them. And so Davy and Bettina can run into the linen closet.
Yes.
You get Otto and them to go back to their room. Everybody comes to the linen closet to get them out. They start to run away. Peter stops, comes back, opens the door, grabs a towel, and then you get like this is like the first instant of it, right?
Yes.
And you get like this
text on the
yes, like a bubble on the screen that says everybody does it.
Get it? Because everybody steals from the hotel. I never stole towels.
I don't
though.
take the towels.
I just shampoos.
I was on a trip with some people who took towels only because they bought flowers and they wetted the towels
right.
and but it said very clearly they'd be charged for towels if they stole them, and so I'm like, you guys are paying for this. I'm not putting in for the stolen towels.
Right.
Why'd you buy flowers on a trip? Whatever.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
Yeah, that was a weird thing.
That was cute. And then you get a freeze frame of Peter with his tongue out like an idiot. Love it. And then Otto and Sigmund realize, oh no, she's gone. And then Sigmund runs out, breaking the door. And good,
as you do,
Looney Tunes style.
When you're a big guy, yeah, that's how you always exit places. But then we get then we're on the beach again.
And then
now we get the song break. I was
12-year-old Tekurah says, fast forward, we got a Davy love scene coming on. I don't care about this.
There's always a Davy love scene.
Man,
with the song.
I could just feel it in my bones, like fast forward. No, I can't. I can't fast forward.
Although this, the song was "This Just Doesn't Seem to Be My Day,"
which is a good song.
Yeah, it's a good song. It doesn't entirely have anything to do with the scene.
What's happening at all?
A little tiny bit, maybe,
no,
but not really. But so there's lots of running around on the beach.
It's a romp. It's our first.
Yes,
Monkees
you have
romp.
Davy and Bettina together, and then separately you have the other guys trying to foil Sigmund, the
you know who's not
bodyguard.
Here?
Who's not here?
Mike.
Good Lord, I didn't even notice.
Mike's eating a sandwich somewhere. I don't know where Mike is.
Leave it to Mike.
Mike
Although
is
this
not
is where I
involved.
have my comment about Davy, because they're running on the beach and he she runs toward him and he lifts her up and then puts her down and they go to run off and I'm like, nice ass. I'm just gonna be straight about it. In that suit, he's in that suit again.
Caboose.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the horse riding, but
I don't know. It's fine.
He's okay.
And then of course you have Sigmund making a mobile phone call. The next scene.
Wait! You have to go back to like after Davy and Bettina have the lifting on the beach, and then you get Mickey and Sigmund doing the same thing.
It was funny.
Gets me every time. And then the whole digging to trap Sigmund in the hole. Not a dune. We're not doing. It's not that they set up a dune.
No, it's genuinely
clearly
a
hole that Peter
very
and
deep, very deep. Not
Sigmund to fall in.
And not a foot or two. Yeah,
and please the phone.
Yes. So the next scene, Sigmund is using his mobile phone to call Otto and give him an update, and it's literally a dial, the old school dial phone, like one you could have picked up and walked around your house with, but it would have been cabled.
Right, the circular dial.
Right, circular, and with like a radio antenna stuck to the edge of it.
I'm sure it's just tape.
Totally works. I mean,
he might be holding it with his hand. We don't know.
We totally had those kind of mobile phones in the 60s. I mean, mobile phones have been around for a long. I mean, look, I know there was a TV show where a guy had one in his car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I forget the name of that show. Cannon, was that Cannon? I think.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I remember the Charlie's Angels had one too.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yes, but we're getting into the 70s for even those, and then when you watch those, it was like, wow,
giant,
they got like a phone in their car.
Right,
it's like a limo thing. Yeah. So this was
and then you hear the phone number because he calls the wrong number and he asks, and it's Klondike something.
Yes, the old school phone numbers. I always wanted one of those.
Yeah, a Klondike. That's how old.
I wonder if Klondike was the old 555.
I think it was.
Yeah, where there was actually nothing. Like now you see every movie has 555. Ghostbusters 555-2368. I've never forgotten that. And that's all the 555 prefixes aren't. They aren't real, so they can use those. But yeah, I wonder if Klondike, because you always hear Klondike in all those old shows.
Klondike.
I never thought about that before. Was there a Klondike number somewhere?
Because
it was
question.
like all the different areas, like in LA here, the areas had different. I mean, this was way before my time, but I know they had like different names that you would say, and
like
then
in the
number.
neighborhood or something.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I think Klondike. Yeah,
we should go back to those. I like doing that. Operator, get me Klondike 5232.
So many good phone bits. Phone business.
And then we're back at the house.
Back at the pad.
And we're trying to secure things. Because how else would you secure your home?
Yeah.
But
a guard dog? No.
Alarm system?
No. Baseball bat?
Nah.
How about a safe?
Yeah. How about if we rig it up so it hangs from the ceiling by a rope
with the pulley system.
And then when the bad guys are at the door, we'll try to cut it with a knife.
With a bread knife.
Which won't cut it in time, because why would we just uncleat it from the cleat and let it fall on him when he walks in? I don't know. We need to cut it. It's so much more cinematic.
Peter in charge. That's problem
number one.
True. They left Peter. True. I'm pretty sure that was a bread knife. And
yeah, probably was. But they get a part way, so it continues to fray as they go.
Right. And
but it takes a really long time.
Yes. Because they do the little jumping bit, which again, I love Sigmund jumping happily.
Yes, our boys start jumping on the floor as though that's somehow going to
make the rope break.
Jumping on the concrete floor, whatever. I don't know. But then, yes, they're jumping. So Sigmund just starts kind of jumping and dancing too.
Yeah, because he likes fun.
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then the Otto comes. He takes the girl.
Oh, right.
We're going to her party. Whatever. We're going to kill her, and he leaves Sigmund there to watch the monkeys.
The boys.
And so they try a variety of ways of. They try to rope him into a chair, and he just breaks right out. And he's like, "Stop kidding around!" And and then eventually they end up with him back at the X on the floor
for the safe,
and the safe falls finally. So. They get out and go to the party.
Yes. I always wonder, what would the safe should have done so much damage to their floor.
Yeah, you would think
but it hits
so.
his head first, so they're good.
Well, that cushioned the blow to the floor. It's nice of him to
and
do
it's
that.
in like a weird slow-mo, too. Some weird 60s version of slow-mo.
Of course. So then we're at the party, and Otto suddenly sees, he's there to take care of his nefarious plan, and he suddenly sees in 4 different parts of the room, they're all looking at him really sternly too.
I think that's a reference to some 60s detective-y show.
Oh God, probably.
Or a spy show.
Probably.
I think I read that somewhere and I was like, okay.
If you say so.
I don't get it, but okay. Yes, very, very dramatic eyes watching him, and he throws down his drink.
Yes.
And starts ushering poor Bettina to the door. And I worry about her hair, because her hair looked really good. I really liked her bouffant thing that she had, and he's just dragging her, and her hair's getting all messed up.
That's the worst.
I know.
When you get dragged around by your bouffant.
He wasn't dragging her by the bouffant.
Well,
terrible.
Okay, when your bouffant gets messed up.
Yeah.
And then we somehow end up in a sword fight.
Yes, romp number 2. This episode has 2 romps.
It does. With is that song called "Step Outside Your Mind"?
Take a giant step.
I couldn't remember which part of that was the title of the song.
Take a giant step. That song used to scare me. I think that was on one of my albums. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Take a giant step outside my mind. What does that mean? Oh, that just creeped me out. Yeah. The rest of the song is lovely, but that just creeped me out.
It's a little weird.
So we get swashbuckling Davy Jones.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They suddenly change costumes. So Davy's like the Errol Flynn swashbuckler. And Otto is suddenly like a French fop or something.
Yeah, like a cavalier
I'm
or
like,
something.
what are you supposed to be?
Why are you?
And then you have these cutaways during the song while they're having this fight. You have these cutaways to this couple.
I love this couple.
I liked it too. Who are eating. They're like very close together with a plate between them, and they're eating these like little bits of cake or whatever. Yes, and as it continues through the song and you keep cutting back to them, they're getting messier and messier, and then eventually they're just eating the plate. And
I love them so much.
I just thought that must have been a riot to shoot.
They're so cute. And the more I watch it, the more I think she's doing a better job than he is.
Oh yeah, definitely. She's the one. She
really
attracts all the
it.
attention. I barely even saw the guy.
She's really loving that plate.
She stole that scene.
Let's see. Oh, and I love seeing the extras because, like, watching in VHS and online, I could never really see the people in the background.
Yeah,
and they're all into like, oh no, scandalized watching this sword fight. Right. Some of them have sunglasses on. Why do they have sunglasses
I noticed that weird sunglasses. It's what you do when you're rich and I don't know, powerful.
Yeah, so they're watching the sword fight. Otto sticks his hand in some potato salad at some point.
Yes, and then
licks it.
Well, he just like looks at but then he's still continuing on, and it's still on his fingers, and just like that just went nowhere.
Why did that happen?
Yeah, it was a bit disturbing.
It's
I
very
was like,
strange.
I don't want to see you like that, Otto.
Yeah. And he has hair. Did you notice he has hair?
Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah, I
notice.
think they gave up with the bald cap. We're like, you don't need to put the bald cap on for this scene. We'll just put a hat on you. Keep your hair.
You're a fop. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're fighting, but then Davy's about to get stabbed. He's down. He's about to get stabbed.
Oh no.
And then it was Peter, right? Who says
Peter says,
he's dialing the phone and he says, "Everybody, listen to this." And it's the old time recording.
Yay, popcorn.
At the tone, the time will be.
you know who that is?
No,
That's Coco Dolans.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that is
Funny.
Coco Dolans. Somebody asked her in her interview if she ever got to be part of the show, and she said that she got to be the time lady. Yeah.
And I do want to say, I really miss the time lady. I feel
do
like
too.
ever since used to be 555-1212, right? Where you could call and get the time recording. So you could always find out what time it was.
It was popcorn for me.
It was what?
Popcorn.
What does that mean?
You know how there are letters on numbers in
Yeah.
the phones? We would
Oh.
dial popcorn. I don't know what it.
Oh, not 855-1212 was what we called.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Regional differences. So yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, that's not an area code. No, it was like 714-855-1222, something like that. But yeah, but you could always call and you had a solid.
Yes.
That's what
This
time
is
it is.
the time.
Now it doesn't exist anymore. I remember when they discontinued it, and I was very upset because now I'm like, there is no solid time anymore. Your phone says one thing, your watch says another, your TV says another, your microwave says something different. I don't know what time it really is anymore. And we
Does
all know
anybody
time is
really-
an illusion, lunchtime doubly so. And so, okay, but I miss it. I miss feeling that solidity of this is time.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yes.
It was nice. Time to set the, yeah. Does
Yeah.
anybody really know what time it is?
Right? Not anymore.
Oh, yeah. During the romp, we had the, we had Sigmund breaking down the wall.
Right.
When Mike and Mickey stand in front of a curtain. So many curtains.
There are a lot of curtains.
In front of a curtain and lure him to charge, and they jump out of the way, and he hits the brick wall, and we have first of our weird cutaways to, what do you call that? Blub film? Oh, jeez.
It was just
Stock
Oh,
footage. Our
right,
first
yes.
weird stock footage, which they colorize strangely in the Monkees.
Yeah, it
They're
was
always like
weird.
a weird shade. This
Yeah.
one was yellowy
Yeah.
orange of a building falling down, and that's how hard Sigmund hit that wall,
Right.
folks. He broke down a building somewhere. not the building we're in.
No, just
somewhere.
some random building next door.
Somewhere
or
a
something.
building
I don't
has
know. It
fallen
didn't look like
down.
a fancy hotel around at all, but hey, who knows?
And they have a little handshake for a job well done. Right. So anyway, Bettina, when the time is called, arrest that man on the order of your queen, or something like that. Oh, Bettina getting it done.
That's right. Powerful.
Even though she couldn't figure out how to save herself because her birthday's anyway. So, and then we have the first of the nose handshakes. The little handshakes where Mickey, I think it's Mickey and Mike, they do a handshake, and they do the handshake so close to Mike's nose that he hits himself in the nose.
Yes.
And that's the first one of those. There's so many more nose handshakes to
Adorable.
come.
yeah. And then we go back to the hotel,
Back
right?
to the hotel where the maid lady is taking over this place.
Right. Why were the guys back in the hotel again?
Oh no!
Why'd they go back?
Maybe they were cleaning up their stamps.
I literally took notes on this and didn't notice that until just now. Like, wait, why were they there? Whatever.
I don't know why.
And this is not
Maybe
a show
they were
where we should
cleaning
ask
up.
that.
They were cleaning
I'm
up.
sure they were. Yes, you're right. They were scrubbing the walls.
Yeah. And then
'Cause that's
she,
good
we
enough.
missed the setup for why she comes back. We didn't talk about how
Well,
Mike
it's
gives
okay.
her a tip.
Yes, he had said, I'm going to give you, in the earlier scene, I'm going to give you a tip. Buy International Steel at 28.5 or whatever.
Oh,
he
yeah,
says.
I think that's it.
And like, oh, ha, 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 you didn't give her money, tippy,
Yeah,
give her
I
tip.
get it.
And then she comes back in and she's dressed in a suit, like looking quite
And
nice.
she's got an entourage, and they're
Yes.
madly stamping. And
Yes, monogramming the room.
yes.
And she says, I took your tip. And he said,
work hard, play hard, and eat roughage, something like that.
Yes, get plenty of refugee.
Yeah.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah.
And she says, no, buy International Steel at 28.5. And she owns this hotel now.
Tish. Oh, wacky.
And then you get this really random
Interview.
The show's 1 minute short. Let's do an interview. Like they even say, the show's 1 minute
the show's
short.
1 minute short.
So you get this like Beatles style.
yeah, like
Oh, we're
behind the
gonna have a
scenes.
wacky interview,
Right. So
which
I
wasn't
don't
really
know if,
that wacky.
No, and I don't know if this is true. because this is based on the terrible Monkees movie that was made for TV, which nobody should ever watch.
I never saw it.
Don't. But I got the impression, I don't know if this is true or not, but like when they showed the actual first episode, which this isn't, to audiences, they're like, these kids are jerks and we hate them. I don't understand why and so they attached their interviews, like their auditions, to that first episode when we get to it. And you'll see and then you're like, oh, these are nice kids. Because without the interviews, you just think these are a bunch of jerks running around LA bothering people.
Right.
So I think that was part of it. It was like, oh, let's meet them behind the scenes and see them being their charming selves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of
fun. And it makes it a Beatley thing. And it's all good, right?
Yeah.
So
it's all good. And we get the first stand up and show them how tall you are. Why don't you stand up, Davey? I am standing up. All dubbed in, all loud and weird. I am standing up.
Because it's like we're clearly from something else where they recorded that. Yeah, that was really weird.
And Mike kind of being a jerk. Kind of being a jerk.
Kind of. That's still Mike.
Just almost a jerk.
Kind of being a jerk.
Kind of
like you love him, but he's right on the edge all the time. You're like...
It's like... Okay, Mike, why are you mad that they're asking you questions? You realize that you're on a TV show and this is what you do. They ask you questions.
He's still like that. Like I saw him recently at an interview for his book, and he still can be a little edgy.
Get over it.
Yeah, come on, calm down, Mike. It's cool. I love it.
But it's still funny.
Down. Yeah, it is.
It's still funny. And Peter's still trying too hard.
Yeah. Mickey's got it together. I don't know.
Mickey hates every second of it. He's just like, I'm reading script. I'm just going to read the script. Please stop talking to me. He's very uncomfortable with unscripted. He's a strange boy. He seems very uncomfortable with unscripted things. Yeah. But he's so naturally funny.
Yeah.
But I get the impression that he does not care to be off script.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't get that impression, but...
yeah. You know, when you're obsessed and you watch everything.
I totally defer to you on this because you have watched. I love the Monkees, but I haven't watched these. That's what I thought at the very beginning. I was like, God, I haven't watched these in such a long time. It's cool to watch it again. So
later on in some of the interviews, he literally says, I hate these interviews. So you get the first
all right, then.
glimpse of that. And he's just like, I'm just going to read the script. You guys talk.
Well, you know what I did not too long ago? They did a screening here in Hollywood at the Egyptian Theater of their movie Head.
Oh, yes.
And Mickey and Mike were there to talk afterward. And Mickey had certain things. This absolutely fits in with not wanting to go off script. He had certain things he prepared that he wanted to talk about. And he kept talking about only those things. And even Mike was like, dude, come on. Because they'd ask you. And he just kept coming back to the same things. And you're like, okay, you can go off script. You're right.
No, that song on their last album, on Good Times, I was there and I was told I had a good time. That's something that Mickey has said in almost every single interview since 1970 something. And I think that's why they wrote that song. Because he has like a set lines. Because Mickey will not go off script.
Gosh, I never. You're right.
Let's see things that I forgot about. How red that waiter's jacket is when they cut to the when they finally go to the banquet. The first thing you see at the banquet is this waiter. That jacket is so. No, you did not notice how red that jacket was. It hurt my eyes how red that jacket was. Like you guys went a little crazy on the restoration here because that is a blood.
Although I did notice, speaking of the restoration, in that first musical number that there was a moment when the audio just went like it was an old cassette tape. Yeah, I was like, what? That was the best one.
You couldn't restore that?
Yeah, that was the best you could put together in a restoration. Wow.
That was I noticed that too. And does Davey have a little scar on his tummy?
He does. I noticed that it's a scar or a birthmark or something. I thought it was a scar too. Like a little in that when he's got his little swim trunks on.
Little tummy scar.
Yeah. How cute.
And we are these episodes are Peter's original teeth, ladies and gentlemen. Peter's original teeth in these early episodes.
Did he change his teeth? Did he get
new teeth? He gets new teeth. I don't know if it's second season. I think partly through the first season he gets some new teeth.
Wow.
He has said in interviews that Davey sent him to a fascist dentist. I don't know what the story is, but that's what he says.
I can only imagine what a fascist dentist
I don't know what that means either.
Wow.
But and then he gets the original teeth. I love the original teeth.
See, I'm learning so many new things from you.
Oh, yeah, because I am unwell.
But I like that kind of unwell.
All right. So
We all have our obsessions.
yeah, but some are healthier than others. Mine is with a show that's been off the air for years.
None of mine are very healthy. So
All right. So I'm just going through my notes, really, my scratches, trying to see if there's anything that I
I
forgot.
went through all mine, I think.
Because I can't read. Oh, yeah. I talked about the weird zooms. That
Did you?
they do weird zoom. Like,
Yeah.
when the towel lady, the what is she? Maid, I guess.
Maid, yeah,
when she
the
comes in
housekeeper.
and they like weirdly zoom in for a second.
You're right, they do.
And I was like, why is it fuzzy all of a sudden? Oh, because you zoomed in with your weird 60s technology. Oh, wait, did I write down tight pants? I sure did write down
They
tight
should.
pants.
They all had some very
Yeah.
tight pants.
Those
Right
are
after that moment with Davey, I was like, with his.
Yeah.
Then there was
tightest
Mickey, and
pants.
Mickey was, not quite as nice as Davies, but he was still a young man, and it was not bad. So
But yeah, those are some tight pants.
they're very tight. The suits and everything.
Yeah.
Those are
just
back in style now,
so tight.
the
Used to
slim
be-
suits.
Did you ever watch Wild Wild West?
No, I didn't. I
Oh.
saw the awful movie.
No, not that, but the TV show. But that was
No,
just
I
like, that
didn't
was
watch
tight
that.
pants. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a lot of tight
Oh, I can
pants.
imagine. That was a,
Jim West,
yeah.
tight pants. All right. That's another podcast. Jim West.
Ooh, let's
Tight
do
pants.
the tight pants podcast.
I think that's all
That
I
is
got.
possibility.
I think that's all I got.
It was a fun episode.
It is fun.
It's the Monkees, and so was that the first one that was shown?
I think that was the first one that was
Yeah.
aired. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one, and not the first one that was filmed, the first one that was aired.
I mean, you can see it's got all the stuff in it that they did, but some of it feels a little rudimentary compared to
Yeah.
what you get into as they get more comfortable in making the
Right.
show and get their rhythm down more.
their hair was all wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't it?
Their hair is not right. That's
No.
not the Monkees hairstyle.
It's not. I didn't consciously think that, but I was like, Davey doesn't look quite right, and nobody looks quite right. That's it.
They haven't gotten into it. At least they're not calling Mike Woolhat still, although they do have a nod to
Just
it.
in that, yeah.
But yeah. So first
yeah.
episode, Peter Tork has an ugly shirt, the striped one. Any favorite actor? Any favorite background person? Is it the couple?
I liked the couple. I also did. It's funny. The guy in the red jacket. It just occurs to me. I didn't notice him. I didn't notice how red the jacket was. But there was just something about him when he walked away that I don't know. I just felt like he had a little attitude in him, and I kind of liked it.
Oh, I'll have to look for that.
I don't know
never
why.
noticed.
I just know it. And then I thought, is that like Hans Conried? Who is that? Like he looked like somebody, but it was just a little bit of a side shot. So I don't think it was anybody of note.
I'll have
But
to go back and look at that. I'm always
Yeah.
confused by the line "Never pass up an archduke." I'm like, what? I don't know what that.
yeah, what does that mean? All
It's
right.
like a Franz Ferdinand reference. Like, what
I
is
don't know what
happening?
it is. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the couple eating the
Yeah.
plate. That
They
they're
were
my
pretty
favorite.
good.
And
And,
then Coco Dolan's on the phone. Number
And the
two.
songs were good. I enjoyed
Oh,
the
yeah.
songs. Not their very best songs.
Those are
but,
good songs.
Yeah.
Again, Take a Giant Step Outside Your Mind is still scary to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
All right, then. That
On that
sounds like
creepy
a good
note,
stuff.
we're
Yeah.
done. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I was glad to do this.
I appreciate
Maybe
it.
we should do another.
You think?
Yeah.
There is a second episode. They made more than one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch them all?
I think I might. Oh, God.
That's a good
There's
idea.
a lot of these.
Not all in one day, though.
No, God, no. No. But yeah, I think that was fun. I hope you had fun.
I did. I had a great time.
Great. I had a great time too. I love this show so much.
Monkees are awesome.
So, Cheryl,
Yeah.
how can we reach you and listen to your podcast?
You can find my main show, Movies Made Me, where we talk about the movies that influenced my guests to be who they are, at mmmpodcast.com, all your favorite podcast apps. You can find it online, Twitter and Facebook. I always have trouble remembering this. It's at Movies Made Me Pod, and Instagram is at Movies Made Me. You can also hear me on It's On My List podcast, which there are 6 of us on that show.
Wow.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off of me, which is nice. I don't edit it or anything. I just show up and talk, and it's great.
Nice.
So that's a show where we talk about like movies that when you say, oh, I've never seen this movie, and people go, how have you never seen that? Oh my
that's
gosh. You
the
say,
worst.
yeah, it's on my list. It's on my list. So that's where the name came from. And that's what we talk about. That's just a monthly show. So we've got, 5 or 6 episodes out now.
Nice.
And you can find that on all the social media and the web. It's On My List Pod.
On my list pod.
Yes,
And
it's on my list.
It's
pod.
on my list.
Yes.
It's on my list. And Movies Made Me.
It's on my list pod and Movies Made Me pod. Movies Made Me. You'll find it.
Great. All right. And if you'd like to reach me, you can reach me at Monkees Pawdcast. That is MONKEES PAWD. Monkees Pawdcast on Twitter and Instagram. Get it, Paw. It's Monkees Paw.
Yes.
All right. So that's going to do it for me. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, my name is Michael Foster, and I've been a cover model on over 800 romance novels with titles like Captivated by the Captain, The Caress of a Commander, and The Highlander's Secret Baby. Yeah, stuff like that. But I'm not just a pretty face. I happen to be a literature major and a former high school English teacher. So it's time I put my brain where my brawn is to see if the books I'm on have literary muscles of their own. So I do hope you'll join me on this epic and romantic podcast adventure. Check out judgeabookpod.com. Follow Judge a Book Pod on all social media. And most important, hit subscribe in whatever app you're listening to so you don't miss an episode of Judge a Book by its cover model.
It's Dragon Wagon.